Hi, my name is Phil and a warm welcome to Festul TV. When working with a domino jointing system, and specifically the DF500, it means that we can work with smaller timber components with a great deal of accuracy. And so with this example here, which is a corner joint of a jaw jointed with a mitre joint, as soon as we put in two timber dominoes, it means that we can bring a lot of strength and stability to this type of work. And working with these smaller dominoes is very, very simple, working within the Festul system. So at 4 millimeters thick and 20 millimeters in length, we can use these for all smaller components. So if we take a closer look at the DF500, we can then bring the two components away from each other, so I can take the fence away from the body. And changing cutters on the domino is very, very simple. On here we have the spindle lock, and as soon as I turn the cutter and depress the spindle lock, it will then lock into position. And then with the spanner, we can then undo the cutter. Putting them back on is very simple. Just tighten this up. We can either do this finger tight or we can use the spanner just to squeeze the cutter into position. The maximum cutting depth with this is at 12 millimeters. So we have to, on the depth setting, on the side here, we can then set this to 20. This will now cut at 10 millimeters into the material with a mitre joint. So you can bring the two halves back together. And now we can look at how we can work with a domino on this type of joint. The spacing from the inside of these two stops on the left and the right hand side is 37 millimeters. So if we're working with this dimension timber at 100 millimeters, these are too far apart. And this is where I can use one of the accessories from the range of the domino, and that is going to be the additional stop. With the two holes underneath, we can then screw the additional stop onto the base of the machine. So with the two stops from the original fence, the distance from the inside to the centred line of the cutter is at 37 millimeters. But now the additional stops has been fitted onto the machine, this distance is now reduced from 20 millimeters from the inside edge to the centre line of the cutter. And this is perfect for the type of work that I'm doing. Of course, working with the mitre means that we need to bring the fence up to the 45 degree position. And then for the height of the cut, it means that I need to bring this down all the way to its minimum position. So we can take it down to there and then lock this off. So now the machine is set with a 4 millimeter cutter, 45 degrees, and also with the additional stop. We can clamp the work onto my MFT table and then we can complete the joint. So now the 4 cuts have been made, we can then insert the 2 dominoes onto the slots that we've cut. And then we can bring the 2 components together and we form a joint which is neat and accurate. All with working with the domino DF500. So working with this machine, we can bring a lot of strength and stability to smaller items that we may be making. So I hope this helps your understanding of working with the domino DF500, and I'll see you again next time. Thank you.